All right, welcome to my FX Buddies, the podcast. And I think this is episode 150. Huh, I didn't even check. I usually check, but whatever. I'll have the number there. So it is Christmas. Merry Christmas. Actually, on the East Coast, Christmas is over. So I just wanted to do a it'll be a quick video or whatever, audio, whatever you're listening to or watching. I really wanted to do the video yesterday because the really good news came out yesterday. Um, Today was very quiet, extremely quiet. Let me see. Oh, my my Windows closed. Well, you guys, some of you guys know, I have like 50 tabs on two windows, right? That way I just go there and look. But I was trying to put the TV show, the website that's the TV that I watch. They had this fabulous, I guess a Christmas mass. I don't know. It looked like it was Catholic, but it was in Iraq and it was in Arabic and whatever. But Sudani showed up, and I don't think the people knew he was coming because they were all in their seats and the it had started, whatever. I mean, they did everything. They lit candles. They read books. Um, they sang. They did some stuff I don't even know how to describe. Um, and then they went out into I guess, their courtyard, and they had this huge bonfire. And wow. And so they've been replaying that all day. That's how slow it was. Well, I take that back. They did have a soccer game. Iraq lost. They either played Oman or Bahrain, one of the two, but they lost. So yeah, so I'm thinking tomorrow we may get slammed with a bunch of news. I would love that. So I said, well, let me do this video now to cover December 24th and the 25th. And then, that way if there's news. And it's funny because they're putting, I mean, they busted liquor stores because, they're not supposed to have alcohol, but they do. And big, right? I guess those who drink, they drink a lot. So, the last 2 days they busted up, um, what they called stores, alcohol stores. And, so they started running headlines. Remember, tomorrow's an official working day. Don't forget, tomorrow's a working day. The holiday ends today. So I was like, ooh, they must think people aren't going to come into work tomorrow. I mean, the Christians get to take off tomorrow, but they know the Christians are a small part of the country. So most people are supposed to go back to work tomorrow. So that's why I'm thinking we may get some news. But for the most part, everything is good. So this happened on the 24th. Oh, well, I guess I should say all that stuff that some people don't like to hear. Rumble.com, you will find my videos there, my FX buddies. Spotify.com has audio and video, my FX buddies. RSS.com, my FX buddies. There's a transcript there. And shout out to Malaysia. Someone, well, there's two. It says two. So two people are listening. So hey, I think they speak English there as well as whatever language, right? So hopefully that's good. Um, what else? And then of course YouTube. Whatever I show on YouTube is covered under the Fair Use Disclaimer Act. And yeah, whatever. Oh, the blog, most importantly, right? The blog is at myfxbuddies.blogspot.com. Um, And actually, that's the best place to go because the video's there and the articles. So that way you can follow along. You can see what I'm reading, right? And sometimes that helps. Yeah, okay, so we'll get started. So this came out yesterday. This was the biggest news yesterday. They had in Iraq a it was the fourth annual International Scientific Conference entitled Digital Financial Services Challenges of Reality and Foresight of the Future. Yeah, all of that, the name. But they talked about everything, all things digital, seriously, payment, um, information, um, data, right? So like everything, because remember they want everything, all the ministries, private sector, everything they want taking the digital payments, but it's more than that. Like how we do here, the IRS has a website, right? That's digital. It's on the internet, right? So they talked about all of that. So Al-Alaq gave a speech, and I just thought it was very interesting because if you listen to the last blog or whatever that I did, remember they signed with Saudi Arabia to go digital together. And there was one other thing. Um, Al-Alaq announced more digital banks to be licensed. Yeah. So here they talked about a focus on artificial intelligence, the internet, robotics, and big data. That, man, that's where the money is. That's where the money is. All right. So yeah, they had a plan for 2014 and it goes through 2026. So they're still in that. So yeah, financial inclusion, launch of strategic projects, local cards, payment cards, project cards, unified payment gateways, everything. So that's why I said everything, even cybersecurity, everything that you can think of, artificial intelligence. I bet you, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they talked about gaming. Yeah. So it wasn't just banking, it was all kinds of stuff. Yeah, so, and also they are giving the unified card to children. Um, well, I take that back. Okay, maybe it was a passport, but it was a cute little girl. She was so cute too. But she couldn't have been 5 or 6 years old, more than that. And they had her sit on this thing, and they took the camera, zoomed in on her face, her eyes, the points on the face that the scanning, what is it? The facial scans. There's points that they take, right? The certain points. Even for her young self, they did that. So they're serious about those identification cards. And I saw another, hey, Mustafa, we found your credit card. Call this number to make arrangements to pick it up. So if you lose your wallet and your wallet has your ID card, they're going to post it in the newspaper, on the news, on their website. Hey, dummy, you lost this very important stuff. Come get it, right? So, yeah, it's crazy. Okay, anyway, so here, even if I think about it, if I see another one of those, I'll, I'll post it to you because I know you guys don't believe me. If I didn't see it for myself, I wouldn't believe it either. No, but this one, at least they didn't say where they found it. Remember the last one I told you guys it even said where they found the guy's card. Uh, anyway, so this gentleman right here is a Tawana 20. He was there at the same He's the head of the Parliamentary Finance Committee. He was at that conference and he spoke. And here's, he said blah, 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 noting that the world today is experiencing an accelerating digital transformation that has begun to affect various sectors of life, especially the financial sector, represented by the use of electronic payment systems, digital payments, and phone applications as the era of the digital revolution and the fourth industrial revolution is witnessing a development in the blah, 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 right? So yeah, we're building solid economic systems, innovation, da, 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 right? He pointed out there is a need for a comprehensive renaissance to develop new digital financial technologies by supporting the creation and implementation of digital financial innovations, stimulating emerging digital companies, and encouraging all sectors to use digital financial technologies as their impact, blah, 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 right? So, yeah, that's there. Here, Central Bank of Iran. Economic growth in Iran has fallen by almost half. So I'm thinking this building here is their bank, their central bank. But you can read that if you like. And then there was an article today. Their currency is still at an all-time low. All right. This was yesterday. So Iraq Stock Exchange first in trading volume among Arab markets. So I think that's 2 months in a row now. So we'll begin to see more other countries' stock exchanges coming to them and saying, "Hey, let's partner," right? And there's my QR code for Buy Me a Coffee. If you'd like to go there, you could do that. I'd appreciate it. All right. Washington exploited the strategic framework. That's my phone. And Baghdad does not know about the movements of the American bases. I do believe Baghdad knows. How can they not? Right? Even if we try to move equipment and don't say anything, the people, boy, they jump on that social media. They see those trucks moving. They see the military stuff moving, and they start filming it and they start posting it to their social media. So they know. But I guess Sudani just keeps information close to his chest, as they say, because the poor guy, he doesn't know who around him is leaking stuff and who's keeping stuff. So, and there's even people saying, oh, maybe we don't want to rush the troops leaving now, because of what's happening in Syria. Um, I'm just checking something. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. So this article here is, again, finance. We have achieved great progress in digital transformation. I don't believe them, though, because they still have power outages and they still have internet outages. But at least they're trying to put up a good front, right? Finance. We have achieved great progress in digital transformation, electronic payment, and automation of customs procedures. But they are. I, I, I shouldn't be laughing, but it's definitely different, right? Okay, so yeah, you could read that if you'd like. This guy is he's an economic expert. Stopping the electronic platform, will it save the dollar or ignite the parallel market? So you could read that. He's pretty much just saying if they don't do what they say they're going to do, it will ignite the parallel market. So if they don't shut down the auctions and then really stay gun-ho with the new system of the what do they call those banks? Corroborated, coordinating banks. Uh, I hope it works like they intend. Well, I believe it will because they say it's going smoothly, right? Um, so they correspondent banks. Here it is right here. So they've been doing it for, if not a couple months, at least a few weeks, and they're saying everything's going smoothly. So hopefully they're right. And it says the picture is expected to become clearer in the coming days. I know we don't like that, the coming days, but so here's another picture of Al-Alaq, but this is a little different article. They put some more details. Central Bank of Iraq launches strategic projects to support digital transformation. So if you want to read that. Oh no, that's the one that's on the CBI. That's right. So I usually do that. I usually put the actual article that's on the CBI and then one from a news site. All right. Parliamentary finance. The budget will be passed with integrity and fairness. Mm-hmm. We shall see. So they explained the budget must be fair and just for all Iraqis. Fair and just, right? Like justice for all Iraqis. They also pointed out the draft budget law has not yet reached Parliament and that the Council and its finance committees are ready to receive it as soon as it arrives, which should be January 9th, but I doubt it. It'll probably be the 11th. If the 9th is a Tuesday, I would give it Thursday. All right, what are Iraqis waiting for after the news of the sudden suspension of the dollar selling platform by the central bank? If you're gonna read any article on this blog, this is the one you should read. They go through a little history of how they had the auctions and then they went to the U.S. Treasury and Federal Reserve, and then now they're going to the correspondent bank system. And they even talk about how this, see right here, it says, this is a natural matter as all central banks in the world are tasked with maintaining monetary policy, not selling currency. So see, no other country has been set up the way we set them up with this auction. This currency selling window is what it used to be called. Now it's called auction. So it's just different. Everything about the way they did Iraq is different, right? So it says this is a true and major challenge, and the relations are direct commercial banking under the supervision of the CBI. So that's the new way that they're going. And then they talk about how some people are complaining, professionals, economists, all those people, how they went to Facebook and Twitter, well, which is X, complaining, what were they doing? Trying to stir up fear, speculation, right? And the dollar rate actually did go up a little bit, but not much. It's still below. Most of them are still below 1,520 dinars per dollar. So, but it's still in everything, it's still saying they're going to shut down the auctions by the end of the month. They did not have an auction today, but they wouldn't have it. It was Christmas. They may have one tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. And if I post, I'll make note of that. So it says, so these are the two for today. Parliamentary Finance Committee comments on the fluctuation of the dollar price and threatens to host the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq. And I put here again, they keep like, you need to come here and answer these questions, right? But remember the last time they did that, Sadani was like, you don't need to go. him and the Minister of Finance. They wanted to call both of them in, and he told them, no, you don't need to go. So, let's see. If the rise continues during the coming period, I'm reading right here, there will be another opinion from the House of Representatives adding that the Finance Committee, if the rise continues, will head to host the governor of the central bank in the House of Representatives. And actually, if they shut the auctions down and they haven't changed the rate by January 7th, then they do need to say, hey, what's going on here? And what are you going to do? Well, if the dollar rate is raising, which I believe it will. So, say they stop the auctions on the 28th, then that would be 29, 30, 31. The 31st and the 1st are like big time holidays over there. Then the 2nd, they kind of start going back to work. Then that's where you would start to see things. If they're not going smoothly, I think that's when you'll see evidence of them unraveling. And then they'll I believe they would tell them, give it time, give it time. But if something doesn't happen by the 7th, then they will probably want to interview him. He should go. But that's just my thoughts. Okay, so they talked about, it's worth noting currency smuggling is ongoing despite controls on banks, right? So they gotta do something to stop that, and they think closing out the auctions will do that. All right, so then this is the last one and we'll be done. Expert diagnoses 2 reasons behind the rise of the dollar against the dinar in Iraq. And the promotion of stopping the platform is a major reason for the rise in the price of the dollar, indicating that this rumor that spread showed that foreign transfers will stop. Well, the rumor is that they're stopping, but they're not stopping, they're just changing how they do it. But that is the people who want to stir up trouble, that's what they're doing. They're saying, oh, they're going to stop the dollar transfers and the rate's going to go up, and there's always people who do that, especially the ones who benefit from it, right? And then he says also the Christmas holiday is another reason for the demand for the dollar, as there is a lot of travel during those days. So he says it's expected the situation will stabilize and the dollar will return to its normal status after the holiday. Yeah, so that's it. I know it was very quiet, and not everyone celebrates Christmas, or some people are just alone and don't have anyone to be with. So I wanted to do this. Well, and also I said, I'm hoping tomorrow we'll have a lot of news, enough news to do its own blog. All right, so I hope you had a merry day. Looking forward to the new year. I know I am. And yeah, so thank you for listening. I will say, or watching, whatever. Oh, I forgot to say, if there's an open intro info description more button, click that. There'll be a link to the blog. And then also, if there's a like, follow, subscribe, join, whatever type of button, wherever you're enjoying this content, do whatever action is necessary to activate that. And because I don't update regularly, when I do update, if all things work like they're supposed to, you'll be notified. All right. So again, if you don't have to go to work tomorrow, relax. I'm sure some people are so wiped out on Christmas. They need the day after to recuperate, right? I remember having those days, but anyway. All right. Yeah, so again, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your morning, night, noon, whatever time frame you're enjoying this content. And until next time.